Rule-based optimization. So rule-based optimization enables your campaigns to self-optimize effectively according to the rules you set. This ensures that your campaigns run well and you spend your money only on the traffic that converts. The feature is only available for users who track their campaigns. So, Zeropark's algorithm checks if the optimization rules have been met and then adjusts the campaigns accordingly. So, adjusting means spinning up, spinning down, or pausing targets. And if the optimization conditions are not fulfilled, then the adjustments are not performed at all. You can submit up to 6 optimization rules per campaign, but if you require a higher limit, you can ask your account manager for it. The rule-based optimization functionality is available for both new and existing campaigns. So let's go over your rule-based optimization overview. In order to use rule-based optimization, you need to understand how time frame and conversion delay affect the way your data are analyzed. Both of these options have a significant impact on your campaign's performance. So the within time frame is a time frame for which the statistics are checked by the algorithm. So if the rules you have set are met in this time frame, then the adjustments are made. You can specify different within time frames for target sources and geos. Statistic periods can be set per each rule. So you want to keep in mind that the algorithm takes action only if the conditions are met within the statistical window time. Otherwise, none of the adjustments are performed. Let's put this into perspective and give you an example. Let's say optimization rule is if the target has spent $5 and has a conversion rate lower than 0.05% within the last hour, then pause the target. So if this, then that. So the algorithm will only pause the target if the target spent $5 within an hour. This means that the target won't be paused if it's spent $5 over 3 hours. So to make sure the algorithm works properly and it catches every target that doesn't perform well, it is best to set an increased time frame, for example, the last 24 hours or even more. Within that time period, the data is compared, but still the algorithm checks for the campaign's results every hour. So there's no need to set it for the hour because the algorithm is set to do that for you. Now, your conversion delay. So since some conversions may be reported with a slight delay, this setting makes sure that all conversions are counted within the statistics window they occurred in. And a conversion delay value is set for the whole campaign. So you can look at the graph that I have here that visualizes how both of these factors work. So you have the statistic window, which is your performance and conversion data taken into consideration, which is usually within 24 hours. But sometimes you have delayed clicks, and we see them come in all the time on our campaigns, where we're probably paying a couple pennies the following day after we pause the campaign because of delayed clicks. So if that happens, and if we have any conversions that have come within that time frame where they're associated with the visits that are added and taken into consideration alongside performance of our statistic window, then you can set that up for being for an additional 3 hours or so. So we'll show you how to set that up in the next step. So now, setting up an optimization rule. Alright, so here's what you're going to want to do in order to set up an optimization rule. First, you need to go to the campaign details of the campaign. And then once that loads, you're going to navigate to the optimization rules category. And then you're going to select add new. Now generally there's going to be a confirmation that's going to appear, but I've already accepted it. So for you, you would just say, okay, you understand and accept that. And then it's also going to ask you to set up a conversion delay. So here's what I'll do. The conversion delay, as you can see, is already set to 3 hours. I have that set to 3 hours to make sure that none of my clicks are missed in the campaign, but you can also set it to 2, 1 hour, or no delay, but we recommend doing 3. And then next you need to select your rule item that you want to target. So do you want to select a rule for your targets, your sources, or your campaigns? So your campaigns are going to only be available for pop and domain traffic. And then the fourth option is actually geo, and that's going to be available for multi-geo campaigns for pop and domain traffic for those targeting options as well. So after you have selected a rule item, so let's just say we go for the source, Now we have to determine the rule metric and its value. So you can select between the following metrics. You have spins and you have visits. Now visits is going to only be for your pop campaigns and your domain campaigns. If this were for push notifications, this instead would say clicks, and it would be measured by clicks on the targets and the sources. So since we're going by visits, we're going to have at least 50,000 for pop and then 30,000 for domain. And then if we go by spend, then your minimum spend cannot be below $20 US. All right, so then you would need to select your rule formula. So this is going to be pretty much where you can select upon 4 formulas where the system is going to evaluate the return on investment, the conversion rate, the estimated cost per acquisition, or set your rules based on your conversions. All right, so if you go with the conversion rate, this is going to be the number of conversions divided by the number of bot visits and multiplied by 100%. So as you can see, you're going to get those formulas right over there. So that's easy for you to navigate to and locate. And then you're going to need to set a logical condition. So you're going to need to determine whether or not you want to go lower or higher right here. And then next you need to determine within your time frame. So your logical condition right here, let's go ahead and set up a percentage. So let's just do 0 just because. And then you need to go ahead and determine your time frame. So that's going to be within the last 24 hours, the last 7 days. You want to do a custom time frame. So have it. And then you need to define the action that the system will take once all the conditions have been met. So then those are going to be where you can do, you can pause your bid down by a certain amount. You can bid up by a certain amount, or you can pause your campaign. So the target, the source, and the geo and the whole campaign is paused, and you won't buy anything from it anymore if you do that. If you decide to go ahead and pause it. If you bid down on the target, the source, and the geo, then the system is just going to decrease the bid for the given target by the percentage you selected and stops bidding down the target and reaches the minimum bid. And now the bid up on your target, your source, or your geo, the system will just increase the bid for a given target by the percentage you selected, and then it stops bidding up if the target reaches the maximum bid. So from there, you would just select that. Oh, sorry, didn't enter that. And then there you have it. You have your rule. All right, so here are some important notes to give you about your rule-based optimization. So after setting up your optimization rules, you need to double check if they fit your business needs. The system will act on them. For example, in many cases, it's better to set up a wider statistic period, especially when you want to act on sources and geos. Since there's no refund for rules submitted incorrectly, make sure that you're set the rules for what you need them to perform in your given campaign. And then from now on, you can copy the rules together with all the campaign settings in a new campaign. So you don't have to forget to tick the appropriate box. And then also, you can set the border for your bid, and the system will automatically stop performing the action upon getting to this border. All right, so let's go over some popular use cases. First, let's go over anomaly blocking, which is recommended. So if there are any fluctuations or anomalies on the traffic sources side that may have an impact on the campaign's performance and as a result, influence your relations with the affiliate network, then you can apply the optimization rule to avoid such cases. So here's going to be our second example. Let's say where there are high values of conversion rate that look like they're suspicious, then you can apply this optimization rule to automatically pause sources or targets based on their suspicious behavior. So knowing the maximum conversion rate you're able to get, for example, from pops is like 0.5%. If you define that every time the rate is higher than this, pause the target. Or no conversions or really bad performance. That's another one. So this is the best way to prevent your campaign from losing its touch to keep your performance at bay. So you want to check all your targets every 24 hours, leaving no delays for conversion reporting. If a particular target has spent more than $10 with no or weak performance, allow the algorithm to take care of it. Alright, so now using the rules for click-through rates. So you cannot track clicks within Zeropark, and to be able to track clicks and conversions, you need to use a tracking platform like Volume. So you can set Zeropark as a custom traffic source and fire a conversion every time you have a click on your side. This conversion and eCPA will be shared with Zeropark, and in this case, it will be the cost per click some affiliates focus on. The conversion rate will be your click-through rate, which is the same thing but for clicks.